I just bought my 3D printer, and this was the actual reason I bought it. I wanted to make something better than this garbage figure they call a collector's item. You know, the Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero collector's figure, pretty garbage. So I decided to repaint and rebuild the figure I liked the least in my collection, which was this Vegito. It was basically my trial figure, and I had a vision. So first I started with like repainting the figure to make it look cel shaded. This is my first ever time doing it, so it's like, I guess you could say, my first draft. And then I went on to carving the base and painting it. It's a foam base. I mean, it's pretty easy. I've done it before. And like, you know, the Spider-Man display you see here. Once I finished this part, I decided I needed like more to it, which was when I decided to buy a 3D printer on a whim, which wasn't the worst decision I could have made, because, you know, I could have bought something else. I could have, you know, bought like a collector's edition figure that looks garbage, you know. Alright, once I started looking at models, I realized there was no good like Kamehameha or nothing I really wanted, so I decided I needed to 3D model it myself, which did take a minute because I am not really used to 3D modeling. The only time I ever 3D modeled was when I 3D modeled my room when I first got this room. There's another, you know, that's a story for another day. Alright, so while these were printing, I decided I actually wanted to repaint my Vegito and add a different tint to it and make it look like the Kamehameha in his hands was lighting up. While I was printing, I decided to do that. I did run into quite a bit of a problem, like while, you know, printing the first model, like the Kamehameha. It was too thin, and also the nozzle wasn't, you know, low enough. It was too high up. And the other thing is, I did want to make it transparent, but when I researched it, they said it had to be like sanded 100 times and filled. And honestly, they said it was better to do it with a resin printer, which I plan on buying eventually. Which honestly, I just couldn't be bothered to sand it a million times and all that stuff, because it's such a delicate thing. If I fuck up, it breaks everything. So I just gave up on it and decided instead I'll just make it look more cel shaded like the figure itself. But while I was painting the aura and the Kamehameha and everything, I started printing the time machine so I could put it behind Vegito, which is pretty fast. I mean, and I quickly painted it. So yeah, here's the finished product. Alright, I know it was a quick video, you know, it was just something fast. Thanks for watching. I think I managed to do better than this thing right here. I do plan on recording the process for future projects. I just haven't, because I don't really know if anyone cares, and I don't really, you know, have the budget to buy the cameras and stuff like that, because, you know, this video isn't like, this YouTube stuff isn't giving me money yet. I really do hope eventually this could become like a full-on thing, and the YouTube channel will like feed my hobby. I also already have made this figure right here, so if you guys like Arcane, you guys like the figure, you guys can watch the video and see how the process was and how I made this figure from scratch, and, you know, feel free to go there. It would be greatly appreciated if you guys, you know, drop a like and sub. Your choice though, you know, free will. And I hope you have a great day.